Hey guys, Hayden here with another top 10 video. Now, I promise I'll talk about other Nintendo stuff in the near future because Smash Brothers is kind of over, but it's never too early to start speculating for the next Smash Brothers game in the next 5 or 6 years or so. So this is going to be my top 10 most likely characters to get into the next Smash Brothers game as newcomers. Keep in mind this is just my opinion. If your opinion is totally different than mine, which I'm sure it probably is, let me know in the comments below what you guys think are going to be the most likely newcomers for the next Smash Brothers game. Again, totally my opinion, but I'm just going to freestyle it like I usually do. So let's get started with my number 10 spot. We have Ridley from the Metroid series. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Sakurai said he was too big. He can't get in this game. And yes, Sakurai did say that. But Sakurai is a miracle worker. I think is totally possible. I don't think he's that likely. That's why I have him at number 10. But I think it's totally possible for him to be a newcomer. He's the only real uh, other rep that the Metroid series could have. Like, there's not really any other characters that are iconic enough that can kind of work because you can't have Mother Brain. Like, she's just a brain. I mean, I say that and watch her be a newcomer in the next game. But I know Sakurai has said that he's too big, but he also said that I didn't think Villager or the Mii's or Pac-Man would work because he was considering having those three characters in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but then they all became newcomers in this game. So he could have a change of heart. So I think Ridley could work honestly if you make him kind of like Bowser size, maybe slightly bigger, but I think Ridley could totally work. So that's my number 10 spot. Moving on to number 9, we have Banjo and Kazooie. Now, Banjo-Kazooie, especially in the last month or so, there's been a lot of talk about could they get in as DLC because of the whole, the Phil Spencer thing, Minecraft coming to Wii U, all that jazz. I talked about that in the past video. But Banjo-Kazooie, I still don't think he's overly likely compared to the other characters on this list. That's why I placed him lower. But you never know. He's very iconic to Nintendo's history with the Nintendo 64, and he's also a character that could translate well into Smash. His moveset basically just screams Smash Brothers, and you never know. Now that we've got Cloud in Smash Brothers, like any character is possible. Even though DLC is over, any character is possible for the future in the next Smash Brothers game. So Banjo-Kazooie, I think, is the most likely third party, as he's the only third party character on this list. Now, moving on to my number 8 spot, we have Isaac from Golden Sun. Now, a lot of people wanted him as DLC in Smash Brothers this time around. I would have liked to see him as well. He is an anime sword fighter, as some of you guys are going to complain about on the internet. But he's got a lot to differentiate himself. He's got a lot of Earth magic that can really separate him. But not only is his moveset unique, which could help him get into Smash, but Golden Sun is some the Golden Sun games are actually pretty sweet. I played Golden Sun recently for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. It's got a really unique battle system. And while there aren't that many games in the series, I think there's only 3. There's 2 on the Game Boy Advance. I think 1 on the DS. I could be wrong about that, but there's not that many games in the series. But Isaac is still very iconic. He was even an assist trophy in Brawl, and then he just got removed for no reason in this game. So what's up with that, Sakurai? I don't know. I think Isaac's got enough fan support behind him, and Sakurai is definitely listening to the fans. This game is proof of that. With the fighter ballot, whether you want to believe Bayonetta was first or not, and with other characters such as Little Mac and characters such as who's another really requested character that got in? I don't know, but Little Mac's a really good example. Mega Man, jeez, why didn't I think of that before? People wanted Mega Man, he put Mega Man in. So Isaac's definitely got a following, and he's got enough to separate him. And don't be saying, "Oh, we've got a blonde sword fighter already. We've got Cloud." That that does not make him too similar. We've got Kirby and Jigglypuff, and they're both pink balloons. So your argument's invalid. So moving on to my next spot, we have King K. Rool. Now, if you guys follow my channel frequently, you'll know that I'm a huge King K. Rool supporter. He was my most requested character for Smash Brothers. I would love to see him in, but I put him lower on the list because there's some things holding him back. I think Sakurai hasn't said too much on the matter, but I think Sakurai might kind of be thinking the same thing as Ridley, where he's too big, and he's not too big. Like, I personally do not believe he's too big at all. He can definitely be sized down a little bit. But he is bigger than Donkey Kong, yes, but I think he can be sized down a little bit like Bowser was, and he could totally work in Smash Brothers. But the reason why I think he's got a chance is that he's just a huge, iconic Nintendo villain. Like he was in the 3 original Donkey Kong Country games, Donkey Kong 64, DK Jungle Climber, and then some spin-off games too, like Barrel Blast and Mario Sluggers. So he's definitely shown that he's iconic enough to get into all these different games, and he's even got his own trophy in Smash Bros. Wii U. So Sakurai definitely hasn't forgotten about him. Hell, he's even got his own Mii costume. Like Sakurai knows that people like King K. Rool and want him in. I just think it's a matter of making him unique enough and making him like not too big. Well, no, I don't want to say he's like too big because he's not. But I think Sakurai might be thinking that. Who knows? He hasn't really said much on it. But King K. Rool, the roster needs more villains, and King K. Rool is definitely a definite villain. He's he's super cool and just deserves a spot in Smash Brothers, and he definitely has the resume for that. So moving on to my next spot, we have Dixie Kong. Now you're thinking, two Donkey Kong characters right next to each other, like on the same list? Like, how can you say that? I think Dixie Kong has a little bit more of a chance than King K. Rool. Like, I have no doubt that we're getting a new Donkey Kong rep in the next Smash Brothers game. Like, we only have two. Like, that's a problem. That's ridiculous. Kid Icarus has more reps than Donkey Kong. To me, that's blasphemy. But I think Dixie Kong does have a better chance than King K. Rool simply because she's more relevant. Now, Dixie Kong was in Tropical Freeze, and she ended up starring in Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3. She was in actually I think that might have been it. She was in some spin-off games here and there. But the fact that she was in Tropical Freeze and she's the character that pretty much everyone uses in Tropical Freeze, let's be real, Diddy and Cranky just aren't that good. Um, I think she's got a lot of. I think she's got a good chance, and she's definitely not too similar to Diddy, in my opinion. She's got the gumball shooter. She can use her hair to fly. She can do like all sorts of twirls. Like she's definitely more. She's definitely different enough from Diddy Kong, where she wouldn't be a clone. There might be some similarities because they're both small Kongs, but I think Dixie definitely has enough to separate her from Diddy, and she is more relevant than King K. Rool because of the fact that she was in Tropical Freeze as a playable character. So moving on to my next spot, we have Takamaru. Now, you guys might be thinking like, wait, weren't you just talking about Dixie Kong's being more relevant than King K. Rool? That's why she has a better chance. Takamaru hasn't had a game since like the 80s. Well, yes, you're right, but think about it. Since Melee, Sakurai has brought back a retro character in every single game. In Melee, it was Game & Watch. In Brawl, it was Rob. And in this game, it was Duck Hunt. Sakurai loves bringing back these old retro characters that people that are younger than me, I'm 21, and there's 13, 14-year-olds out there that would have no idea who the hell Duck Hunt is, or I'm surprised I even knew who Duck Hunt was. But I think Takamaru is definitely the next character to get revitalized, and the fact that he's an assist trophy in this game definitely helps. A lot of people really wanted Takamaru in this game, and Sakurai has even said in interviews that he was planned very early on in the development process of the game, but then they realized people might not recognize him that much. So now that he's been an assist trophy, maybe he could get upgraded, like the whole Little Mac treatment in Brawl to Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS. I think it's totally possible for Takamaru. He's not hugely iconic, but he's definitely got a moveset that could translate well into Smash Brothers with his sword and the whole like throwing shurikens he's got. I think they're shurikens. And again, like he could be the next retro character that Sakurai revives, like he has done in every single game since Melee. Even the original Smash Brothers. I know there wasn't any like super retro old characters that no one knew about in that game. Well, I mean at the time they were retro. You know what I mean. But even then, like we had like off the wall characters like Ness and Captain Falcon. So who knows? Like, there's always those chances for the off the wall characters. And Takamaru, he's a retro character that Sakurai could definitely revive, and he could get the Little Mac treatment because of the fact that he's an assist trophy in this game. People kind of know who he is now. So moving on to my next spot, number 4. I think this is number 4. We have Isabelle from the Animal Crossing series. Now I do not play Animal Crossing. I played a little tiny bit of Wild World on the DS, but Animal Crossing just wasn't my thing. I have no idea what Isabelle could do, but she has been getting super popular lately, I've noticed. She's got her own amiibo now. A lot of the Animal Crossing characters do, but she's got a Mii costume now, so there's definitely a fan base behind Isabelle. Again, I really don't know what she could do. I don't play Animal Crossing that much, but Animal Crossing has proven to be a really big franchise with Nintendo, and to the point where I think it deserves more than one rep than just the villager. So who knows? We could get. I think Isabel's very likely for the next game. Let me know down below what you think she'll do because again, I don't play Animal Crossing. I have no idea what she could do. But moving on to my number 3 spot, we have Linkle from Hyrule Warriors. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking Linkle's not canon to the Zelda universe. She was only in Hyrule Warriors. Like that aside, the creators of Hyrule Warriors have said that I think it was the creators, I'm not sure, but they've wanted to keep Linkle around and use her in future installments, whether that be another Hyrule Warriors game or more Zelda games. And personally, I'm down for it. I think she's a really cool character. She's got crossbows instead of swords, and she's very agile, very I don't want to say flexible, but she's very good on her feet. She's very quick, so I think she could be honestly a really cool character, very unique. I don't think she would be a female Link. Totally not that. She's got a lot separating her from Link. Of course, I haven't played Hyrule Warriors, so I don't totally know everything about her. I don't even think she's released yet, actually. But yeah, I think her whole crossbows, she could do a lot with that. Now, with that said, with Bayonetta coming as DLC, she might kind of play the same as her, but again, we haven't actually gotten our hands. I haven't got my hands on Linkle yet, at least. I don't know if she's released or not. I don't think she is, but I think that she's definitely going to be unique enough. And hell, we need a new Zelda rep badly. If you think about it, we haven't gotten a new Zelda rep since Melee. I know we got Toon Link in Brawl, but that was just kind of a more relevant version of Young Link. So we definitely need a new Zelda rep. That's the end of the story there. And I think Linkle is definitely a likely candidate as she's very relevant right now. There's a lot of people that like her, and she's definitely going to be a unique fighter if she gets in. Moving on to number 2, who's that Pokemon? We're definitely going to get a new Pokemon in the next Smash Brothers game, whether it be a Gen 7 Pokemon whenever Gen 7 comes out, or whether it be another older Pokemon. Now, in this game, we got Charizard, who I know was part of the Pokemon trainer in Smash Brothers Brawl, but the fact that we got a retro Pokemon as a newcomer, a totally new, I don't want to say totally newcomer, but he got his own fighter slot in the roster, proves that some older Pokemon could come back and be new characters in the next Smash Brothers game. Who knows? Maybe we'll finally get Sceptile in the next Smash Brothers game. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not totally pushing for Sceptile. There's other Pokemon I'd rather see in, but I just think Sceptile is the most likely of the retro Pokemon. Or we could get a brand new Pokemon, which I think is the more likely thing. Again, we don't know anything about Gen 7 yet, if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. But if there is another Pokemon game within the next few years, you can be sure as hell there will be one of those Pokemon in the next Smash Brothers game. So moving on to my number 1 most likely character to be in the next Smash Brothers game, we have the Inklings from Splatoon. I was actually quite surprised that they didn't make it as DLC in this game. Like Splatoon is hot right now. It's huge. It's one of the best-selling games Nintendo's had in a very long time. It sold over 1 million units in Japan alone. Like this game is huge, and the Inklings have so much they can do. They could throw the paint. They could throw the ink bombs. They have their guns. There's the rollers. Like they could turn into squids in the ground. Like there's so much that could make them unique. There's so much they have going for them. And honestly, I am very surprised they didn't make it in as DLC in this game. But if they didn't make it in as DLC in this game, they will definitely make it in the next game. I have no doubt that Nintendo will continue Splatoon. There's no way in hell that they're not going to keep making Splatoon games now. Like this game is huge. It's definitely working for Nintendo, and people love it. Hopefully, I'll be able to play it in a few days. I asked for it for Christmas. It's very highly requested on my Christmas list. But yeah, those are my top 10 most likely characters to get into Smash Brothers. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed anything that I had to say in this video, please by all means leave a like on this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you've not already for more Nintendo related top 10s, lots of Nintendo news coverage on leaks, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from me. I really hope you guys, whatever you celebrate, even if you don't celebrate anything, you have lots of time to spend with your family over this Christmas break. Sorry, not this Christmas break, this winter break, I should say. Alright, peace out, guys. Bye.